Hey church, it's Josh. This is your DUMC daily video devotion for March 20th, 2020. I was thinking this week about a theme that runs through the Psalms about patience. There's a verse that we find kind of over and over that says, I waited patiently for the Lord. It's always kind of in response to the question the psalmist asks of God, how long? How long, O Lord? And that's a question that no doubt we've all started to ask in our hearts and minds. How long is this going to last? How long until things go back to normal? And so that idea of patience that the psalmist says, I waited patiently for the Lord, is something that we are really going to have to work to cultivate in ourselves because, we're not a very patient society. We're not a very patient culture. But there's an answer to that in Psalm 40 that I particularly love. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined and heard my cry. And then it says this, he put a new song in my heart. This is a season where new things can be planted in your heart, in your life, if you will open up to what God is doing. This does not have to be a season merely of waiting and waste, but it can be a season of growth and newness. So think of some things that maybe you've always wanted to try or do, but you just feel like you've never had the time. For instance, one example might be to join a mustache growing contest. That's the new thing I've done. Probably a mistake for somebody who only has to shave once a month, but I'm giving it a try. But maybe for you it's something different. Maybe for you it's something athletic. Maybe you're someone who's never been able to do a push-up. You've never been able to do a pull-up, or you've never been able to run a 5K without stopping. This could be a time to try something new in your life and to work towards that. Maybe it's something outdoors. You've got a garden that you've always wanted to plant. You've always wanted to grow vegetables and be able to eat food that you make yourself. This could be a season to try that. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to cook. This is a great time to do that. Maybe it's learning a new language. There's so many ways to do that at home to begin growing in the kind of person that you are. I read a couple of days ago a phrase that has stuck with me and that I think is so powerful right now. It says that this is a season, the COVID-19 quarantine season, is something that we can either go through or something that we can grow through. And I think that God is calling us to do much more than just get through this time. I think always, especially when we are in a time of suffering and difficulty, God is looking for ways to grow us, to grow our hearts, to grow our spirits, to grow our sense of connection, what it means to be a part of the body of Christ when we aren't able to see and touch and be in one another's presence. God is trying to grow something in us. So what is that thing that God might be wanting to grow in you? What is that new song that God might be putting in your mouth? Maybe it's even one of the spiritual disciplines that we've been talking about. You're somebody who's never been able to pray daily. You're someone who's never tried meditation. You're someone who has never read the Bible on a given day. This can be a season where that new song can be put in your mouth and in your heart. I'm sitting here in the chapel. This is my favorite space to go when I just want to be in silent prayer with God. And it's strange to be here right now when the whole building is empty and it's quiet and it's silent, and it almost feels like the building itself is waiting patiently for life to return, for us to come back. We have sang many a song in this room and in the sanctuary and in the fellowship hall. A new song will be sung when we gather again together. What kind of person will you be then when this season is over, when we have waited patiently and when we emerge back into things as normal? What kind of person will you be? And what is the new thing that will be placed in your heart? God bless you and keep you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.